All right, so my new channel here, it's called the Neocon Job because I think you're getting conned by neocons who are more or less in both political parties. And by the way, I'm not advocating for a third party solution to these problems, although if somebody came out of nowhere and wasn't controlled and wasn't paid for and didn't promote endless wars all the time and didn't side with large multinational corporations when they want to dictate what people absorb for information, which is daily now. No matter what news media outlet you watch, there's a corporate puppet master that will send down some talking points. This Tulsi Gabbard thing is absolutely amazing to see. Okay, I'm not a progressive. I don't play one here on TV. I am more of a center-right kind of guy. I believe in freedom of speech, but I'm also fervently anti-war. And the reason I'm just anti-war almost across the board, unless we're attacked or we know that an attack is imminent and we can show the population at large real proof, not about some guy in another country who's about to supposedly gas his own people. I mean, that's just a pretext or a ramp up for, hey, we're a moral people, we can't let this happen. Really? Because we still haven't found the WMDs. And in Syria, this idea that Assad is going to hurt his own people and so forth, and we have to intervene, and the pictures came in and they're horrifying. Walk up and down the streets of any city in the United States and you'll see homeless veterans, okay? To me, that's a much larger crisis that needs to be addressed than some third world crackpot who may or may not do something to his own people. The Founding Fathers were very explicit about foreign entanglements. So when Tulsi Gabbard gets up there and she says, and I'm not, again, politically, I'm not really that aligned with Tulsi, but she has said more truth in her short stint as a presidential candidate than anybody in recent memory, okay? And she was attacked by people who should be friendly to her, who should be having a friendly, positive conversation. All they wanted to do was talk about, do you think Assad is this kind of guy or that kind of guy? I would say, you know what? That's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You may think I'm not educated on the world stage. By the way, Tulsi Gabbard is I believe she did 2 tours in Iraq. Okay, so lecturing her about foreign policy, especially when she's telling everybody, let's not go to war every time we have an opportunity to go to war. That's all she's saying. And I think Tulsi Gabbard, being that she's military, would know an authentic threat to our country. And to lecture her and to give her a hard time, it reeks of something diabolical. And again, we're living in the neocon world, okay? Whether you're on the left or the right, this could be the thing that unifies people. Now look, I'm not going to agree on Medicare for all and so forth. However, here's a little kicker to that, okay? I'd be more willing to consider something like that if we actually freed up the trillions of dollars we're spending on endless wars. You could have an opt-in for people that, hey, I just want to have guaranteed health care. It won't be the Cadillac kind. Somebody who's got private insurance will still have an edge over me. But you could essentially fund something like that if you weren't galloping all over the world trying to start wars that benefit these multinational corporations and these war machine operations, which all benefit from this endless supply of ginned up outrage at a country. Look, Afghanistan, pull the troops out. If we got troops in Iraq, which I hear we still do, pull them out. Syrian troops need to come home. We are all over the world, and we're not spread thin anymore because Trump got a whole bunch of money for the military. And that's going to benefit Wall Street. Wall Street likes it when the president has a huge military budget. Okay? And look, I'm all for being ready in case our country is in imminent danger from an attack, and that's why we have the CIA. We have all these agencies which have become just agencies of large multinational, NSA, CIA, all of those agencies are just arms of this so-called deep state, which, Trump didn't invent the deep state, and the deep state has always been, okay, no matter who the president is in office. And look, the last 3 presidents have aligned perfectly with the deep state. Obama, George W. Bush, Bill Clinton, and then obviously granddaddy, the late George H.W. Bush, they all aligned perfectly with the deep state. Okay, and the deep state has become more rogue and more consolidated, and all kind of work in concert with one another and with the media, okay, to take down somebody like Tulsi Gabbard, who could actually tell people the truth about war and endless war, and then people would say, she's right. I mean, we could put all of these resources. Hey, for those of you who want a border fence or secure country, imagine being able to put some of this money into high-tech fencing, into just all the things that would keep our country safe, and have an immigration system which actually checks people as they come in, and we do it because we have the resources to do it, and we're not fighting over a few $1 billion. No, we'd have hundreds of billions of dollars that have been freed up from the war machine to keep our perimeter safe. So there's stuff for the left, there's stuff for the right. One thing that I know for sure is that the neocons are responsible for our foreign policy really since after Kennedy. And we've really got, as a country, to get educated on this and to understand it's all tied together. And it's all very dangerous. And if we don't get a grip on it, we're going to be in these wars pretty much for the rest of our existence. So there you go, video number 2. See ya. Bye.